So if you have a journal or something that you'd like to write with, it would be a great time to grab it right now. We're then going to leave some space for sharing, and then we're going to close up with some more music. So again, if you're watching on Facebook, we think potentially that the broadcast will get shut down because of the music that we'll be sharing at the end. So just to be safe, if you want to come on over to Zoom and join us, we've put the link in the chat and in the description of this broadcast. Okay, take a deep breath, everybody. And now, Brett, we would love for you to remind us of the prophecy of this time.
I'll start by calling to the directions. Help us center into the heart. The first, which is the 7th. This works a little bit differently for the northern hemisphere, where we come into our longest day in the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. So instead of speaking the directions themselves, I'm going to speak the 4 R's: the rise, the reach, the rest, and the roots. Universally, though, the eastern sky is the place of the rise, of new beginnings. The heavens rise in the east because Earth falls towards this direction, just as we descend into matter to lift spirit up. What is new? What can shift? What new song of the bird and breath of air is here to set us free? We bring that energy of the rise to the reach, the middle of the sky, and honor the bright midday light, the visibility of Earth, our honor, our fire, our legacy. What goes up must come down. The rest of the West, we put our feet back on the ground. We engage with our relations, and all is relationship. And from there we descend below the horizon into the buried places, into the darkness and the dreams, into the language of the night. We drink from the well of the ancient ones. Let's all please now reach our arms above our heads, point straight to the top of the sky. We are a global family. We are all pointing to a different star, the above, the particular, the unique. Let your freak flag fly. Be you, only you can do it. She spins so quickly that you're pointing to a different star now than you were when you raised your arms. But there is a place of stillness now, with your arms still held high, pointing to the zenith, the top of your sky. Send your energy down through your spine and meet us in the middle of Earth, in the heart of Gaia, where we are all one. This is where we measure the heavenly harmonies from. This is where the great celestial symphony in the chord of the moment now resonates, and our Mother Earth broadcasts this harmony to each of us, to each of her earthlings. We'll simultaneously bring that energy of our connection, that whole, the below where we are all one, and the above, the unique and particular. Bring the below up and the above down, and meet with your hands at prayer in front of your heart. The 7th direction, which is the first. May we be of one heart today in this powerful portal of great and beautiful change. 'Tis true without lying, certain and most true. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to do the miracles of one only thing. And as all things have been and arose from one by the mediation of one, so all things have their birth from this one thing by adaptation. The sun is its father, the moon its mother, the wind hath carried it in its belly, the earth its nurse. The father of all perfection in the whole world is here. Its force is entire if it be converted into earth. Separate thou the earth from the fire, the subtle from the gross, sweetly and with great ingenuity. It ascends from the earth to the heaven, and again it descends to the earth, receiving the force of things superior and inferior. By this means you shall have the glory of the whole world, and thereby all obscurity shall fly from you. Its force is above all force, for it vanquishes every subtle thing and penetrates every solid thing. So was the world created, and the marvelous conjunctions of it, since this is the process by which these marvels may be brought about. Hence I am called Hermes Trismegistus, having the three parts of the philosophy of the whole world. That which I have said of the operation of the sun is accomplished and ended. Thank you. The words of Hermes from the mystical emerald tablets, the foundation of this craft, astrology, this tropical zodiac tuned to the tropicals, like so many shamanic systems of ancient gnosis, a system of the energies of the cardinal directions, the three parts of the philosophy: circle, crescent, cross, spirit, soul, matter, sun, moon, and earth align today in syzygy, the great arrow of Apollo that finds its way through the dragon's head, the north node, and we align to witness the shadow. So we hear strange terms in the tablets like superior and inferior, which mean in no way better than and worse than. This is the above and the below, the particular and the whole. May we be unique, and may we ever be connected in one heart. This strange language of the sun, the father, the moon, the mother. What is the wind that hath carried it in its belly? What is the earth that is its nurse? And we connect globally today. The sun at the north point, the place where Earth's spine, the world tree, leans always towards the north. And now the sun is there. And every time this happens, every year, this June solstice, such a magical time. The highest light of the sun in the northern hemisphere, the deepest light and the longest midday shadow for the southern hemisphere. May the prophecies of the eagle and the condor flying together be true. May this be a time when we reunite the north and the south, the light and the darkness. And may at this time of Father's Day, seemingly astronomically aligned to the longest day, the highest light in the northern hemisphere, remind us that when the sun ingresses Cancer, it shines above the Tropic of Cancer and enters this sign that we have always known as the place of the moon, the place of her domicile, the place where nurturing and reflection and family and shelter calls home, the home of the heart. This is Ohana, this is family. We are individual, unique beings, but we are connected in that whole in the center of the earth, and in this energy of the north, for the southern hemisphere, the place where the light shines brightly, and in the north, where for the northern hemisphere, we find that midnight sun. In both of these ways, in all of these ways, we find this invitation to connect to the above, to the below, to the day, to the night, to the conscious, to the superconscious, to the thought, and to the dream, to the vision. So may moon's alignment to the sun today remind us that even during the light of day, we can remember to slow, nurture, tune in, and protect that space of the beautiful dream. This is a powerful time. Every solstice is a powerful time. Every eclipse is a powerful time. A solstice eclipse, a powerful, powerful time. And now at this time, moon and sun, earth, moon, and sun align in a very sacred space of the sky. a place known as the Galactic Cross, one of two. The other is on the opposite side, the Galactic Center, a place where it is said that our souls will go when we die. But on the other side, this line that Earth, Moon, and Sun direct our gaze, our hearts, our attention to now, is in the middle of a asterism the astronomers call the winter hexagon, but was known to the people of the land where I live, the Lakota, Nakota, Dakota people, as the sacred hoop and the racetrack, and as above, so below. This group of stars is in the heavens, is mapped also on the earth in the place now known as the Black Hills of South Dakota. One of these features was known as the Bear's Den, now sadly misappropriately called Devil's Tower. And as above, so below, this is the racetrack on earth. So I'll tell you a story about how we survived once when humankind had lost our reverence for the guides and the guidesses and for earth. And we were out of line and we were destroying the earth. And so the animals gathered and they saw this problem and they said, the two-leggeds are destroying our habitat, our land. We will not survive this. They have to be done away with. Fortunately for us, there was a small bird in the window of this meeting, and it heard the story, and it looked down and said, wait, I have two legs. So if they take out the two-legged, that means me too, and that means owl. And magpie went to owl and brought all of the birds together, and all with two legs, and said, look, the humans are out of line, but if they are erased, so are we. We must do something about this. And so the council was formed, and the two-legged and the four-leggeds, the humans weren't invited, but the birds spoke for us. And Bear, who was moving most at this time on legs 2 rather than 4, chose to be a champion for the two-leggeds. And there was a race that would run around this great racetrack on the land that represents this racetrack in the sky. And Bear chose to run for us. And Buffalo ran for the four-leggeds. And what was said is that if Buffalo won, then the two-leggeds would be eradicated, because this had to be done to preserve the earth. But Bear ran for us, and Bear ran strongly around, once for each of the directions of earth, once for the north, once for the east, once for the south, once for the west. Bear and Buffalo raced around in this great race of survival. But just as they approached the finish line, Bear had no more energy left to give. Buffalo pulled ahead, and this would surely be the end of the two-legged ones. But just as Buffalo was about to cross that finish line, a small winged one of night black with white stripes jumped off the buffalo's back and sprinted on two legs across the finish line. And this is the tale of how Magpie saved our lives, how we were allowed to live, and brought us new song and new light and new energies and a new rise and an opportunity for the great shift. That's what this time is about. It's another opportunity for us to remember, to realign ourselves, to listen to the wisdom of the elders, of the ancient ones, of the great stories of old, which preserve this wisdom, to go to our elders, to receive teachings, to ask for guidance again, though most of us were raised with deaf ears and blind eyes, to retrieve our hearing, to retrieve our sight, and to walk in a way of power, of honor, and light, and shadow, and day, and night, to reclaim our dream. This place of the sky was known to the Lakota as the sacred hoop of stars. And in accordance with many mystery traditions, where another place is known as the Silver Gate or the Silver Key, this is a place where we are told our souls come from, that this is the womb of creation. The sun and the moon, the earth, they align and point to this place, the galactic cross within the womb. and invite us to be reborn.
Inviting you all to close your eyes now and get comfortable. If you do have a candle, you can go ahead and light it now. I'm going to begin with a sacred chant that I did for the Saturn-Pluto conjunction on January 12th, keeping a line of continuity so that we remember the backdrop of this entire year and the invitation. This chant is also the same chant that I was doing as I was in labor in the ocean with my daughter, Sophia. And the words are invoking the ancestors, the heavens, and asking for them to grant us the wisdom from above. Ye ho mai gai ke mai una mai una mea huna noia una mele ye ho mai ye ho mai ye ho mai kai ke mai una mai e una mea hona noia una mele ye ho mai ye ho mai ye ho mai ye ho mai kai ke mai una mai e ona mea huna nau yau ona mele ye ho mai ye ho mai ye ho mai ye. Taking a moment now to tune into your breath. Imagining that you are lying on the earth, right in the center of that sacred hoop. Right in the center of that womb of creation, but here on this earth, looking up right into that womb, but the place where souls come from. You're comfortable. You feel safe. You feel capable of dropping deeply into your body. I want you to now just take a moment to imagine and see yourself here in this moment, surrounded by this global ohana, surrounded by these beautiful souls, all holding a shared intention to become fully and completely who and what we came here to be. Considering for a moment all of the people in your life those that you're grateful for, your home, the things in your life that make you feel safe. And I want you to take a moment now to remember your last birthday, your last solar return. How did you commemorate that day? Moving back now through the years, I would love for you to tune into your 30th birthday or a birthday around that time, your Saturn return. Who was in your life? What were the experiences you were having? What was happening in your world? Going back now to your 21st birthday. If you can remember what that day was like, where you were at in your life, who you celebrated with, what your hopes and dreams were at the time. Moving even further still in your catalog of memories to your 16th birthday. Seeing your face, feeling what it felt like to be in your body at that time. Moving further back into time, around the age 10. Again, just feeling, maybe even looking in the mirror. Who were you then? And journeying further back still to the age of 4 or 5. Seeing how at age 4 or 5, your parents and the adults around you, they were so much bigger than you. How did it feel when you looked up at adults? What did you see? Seeing that now. Now, going back to when you were just a newborn baby, being held in your parents' arms. Look up into the face of your mother or your father from those fresh, innocent eyes. What did you see? How did it feel? Moving even further back into the space of your mother's womb. Feeling yourself in that safe fetal position. Hearing the heartbeat of your mother. The rush of fluids all around you, the warm fluid. Feeling what it felt like when she walked and you would be lulled into sleep. Feeling the anticipation that you had then of the birth moment that would be to come. Moving further and further and deeper back into the catalog of your memory. Riding that current of pure consciousness up into the center of that sacred hoop. Following that current of consciousness that you rode in to the source point, to that point of your original spark. Maybe you see it as a star, maybe you see it as a flame. Maybe you can just feel it. From that source point, touching the moment, the intelligence of that spark, that flame, that part of your pure consciousness that decided it was time. The time was perfect. All the stars and the planets were aligned perfectly for you to ride that pure consciousness into form. Touch that. Remember that. What did it feel like? What was the feeling? Was it joy? Was it excitement for the adventure? Were you propelled by an immense purpose? Were you overcome with love? Was it curiosity and playfulness? What was the impulse of that original spark? That moment that you felt, yes, now it is time. I am ready. It is perfect. Touching that moment where your spark, your flame rode the current of pure consciousness and landed back in the womb of your mom, your mother. Once again, feeling your mother's heartbeat, feeling the warmth of the pulsating amniotic fluid. Feel that feeling again. Now remember that spark in you, the joy, the love, the curiosity, whatever it is, the purpose. And feel the gratitude for the space that your mother gave you, that womb space for you to be born. It's time for birth, and you're feeling the pressure of her womb preparing you to emerge. Feel the pulses, the rushes of energy. It's that time. Now hold that flame again. Hold that flame, that spark again, and enter into the world with that sense of purpose completely intact. Feel yourself emerging into this world. The light touching your eyelids for the first time. The sounds around you. Feeling how it feels to be held by hands, by arms. Feeling that sense of potentially confusion and chaos, but remembering once again to tune into that spark in you, that flame. Bringing your awareness again back into the time when you started to walk. You felt your legs underneath you. You felt what it felt like to stand up as a two-legged. That sense of purpose, that spark propelling you to get on your feet and to walk. Imagining once again how it felt to go to school or wherever it was that you went to learn. Socializing, being in a sea of other souls. Tuning back into that original impulse, that purpose, that spark, giving thanks for all of the experiences that you had during those years that made you exactly who you are right now. Touching into that sense of purpose as you're in school, as you're learning how to be in the world. Seeing yourself again in your 20s, your 30s, as you're navigating this world, navigating life, starting your career, holding that spark again, knowing that all of those experiences, every single one, is part of that original intent, that essence, going up through as many decades as you want, as you can imagine now, holding that spark, giving thanks that it has never gone out. It has always been there. And now is the time. Now, here, you are remembering even more fully what it is, who you are, why you're here, what is yours and yours alone to give to this world. Knowing that this spark, this essence is your kuleana, which is both your responsibility and your joy. They are one and the same. Holding that spark, holding that essence, guarding it, and allowing Tami to bring us even further into the sensation in our bodies.
So now, as you feel this spark of your original purpose, this flame of truth that is alive in you, I'm going to invite you to stand. And as you stand, to raise your hand, one hand before you. And as you stand now, to feel fully that sensation of truth, that sensation that I am essence, that purpose that you come with, that bright flame. And as you stand now, you now also sense again and feel all of your ohana around you, this global family. I want you to continue to return again to the sensation in your body of how it feels to be so deeply anchored, so strongly yet softly anchored into the strength of your human body, into the strength of this present moment, holding in your hand this bright flame of this offering that you make to this world at this time. And you stand now with the deep knowing and with the feminine wisdom of the mother womb. You stand now in the strength and the guardianship of the masculine, healthy, whole, and healed. And as you stand now, you also sense, feel, and know that what it is that you are holding in your hand, as you sense, feel, and know that you are the seed being, you are the seed person with your other seed people. You sense, feel, and know the shape of your body, of your being, as one who is making a beautiful and sacred offering to this earth. And you see within your hand beautiful fruits. They may be blueberries, they may be raspberries, they may be some other form, but you see the fruit that you are here to give to Mama Gaia, into your community. And you see all around you in your beautiful family, each has their fruit, each has their offering. And you see, feel, and know how it is to know who you are and to know what it is that you have to give. And you feel now the brilliant and the strengthening light of the sun beaming down upon all of you, warming, nourishing, and providing you with all of the strength and the illumination that is needed for you now on your earth walk. And as you stand now in that stance of the sacred masculine, of the spiritual warrior, of the guardian, expressing the feminine essence that lives in your body and that emerges from the womb of all creation. And as you offer now the beautiful fruit of your entire life journey up to now, know that this beautiful fruit, and know that all of your life experiences to this point have perfectly prepared you. And hold in your heart now, and hold in your womb, whether you be man or woman, a deep, deep recognition that whatever may still be held in any sadness and any grief and any heaviness, that we are also now preparing for that greater mother presence, which is so alive in our world today and so alive in our world now, to cleanse us. And so as we stand now with the beautiful offering of our fruit, we begin to hear the sound of thunder in the distance. We begin to see the clouds rolling in. And we begin to feel on our skin the droplets of rain, of cleansing, of purifying rain. And if there is any sensation in our bodies from all these years lived in this lifetime and so many others, if there is any heaviness, if there is any weariness, if there is any grief, we allow these rains, which we know to be the tears of the mothers and of the grandmothers, we allow these tears, we allow this rain to wash over us now. We allow these rains to wash over us and to cleanse us and to purify us. And we feel how these beautiful fruits in our hands are washed clear. We sense, feel, and know that behind these clouds, there's still the gorgeous sun. And now we see and feel those clouds part. And now we feel the beautiful rays of the sun once again. And we stand in the strength of who we are. We stand shining. We stand ready. We stand guarding what is most true in ourselves and in our community and in the human heart. And we stand now ready and prepared to make our sacred offering of who we truly are to the world and to create and dream into this beautiful new earth together. And as you stand for just a moment more now, just feel that sensation of clarity, of truth, of empowerment, of joy, and of readiness, fully alive within your body. And now see yourself shining as the light that you are, and see all of your fellow community also alight, creating a beautiful ring of fire. And know how this feels to be profoundly connected with the family of life, all holding this truth, this joy, the sensation of presence as we hold the space for this new beginning together. And when you are ready, you can now sit once again with that full sensation anchored into our bodies, anchored into the present moment, and anchored into the now.
In the middle of the sacred hoop, one hand holds their hand high. In the Bengali language, this is Kalpurish, time man. In the Celtic prophetic tradition, the high man. And the sun on the hand of the high man was spoken of a time of great change. In the traditions from Kemet, the land we now call Egypt, Asur, who many of us call Osiris, after his death, was reborn in the sky in the constellation we now call Orion. This trinity of Egypt, of Osiris, of Isis, the queen of heaven, and their child Horus, is a story of an amazing, miraculous virgin birth. The father, Osiris, was killed before an heir was seated. He was cut into 14 pieces, and Isis and many others went and found these pieces, and everywhere a piece was found, a great temple was consecrated. 13 of these temples, because the 14th piece was not found. The phallus. An heir could not be born, even if she could bring him back as she had before. So Thoth, Jehuti, Hermes, created for Osiris a magical golden phallus, and Isis as a bird flew above it and became impregnated with the sun, with the new sun. Horus was born, the son of humanity. And Isis found her way into the heavens as the brightest star, the magic star, the calendar star, Sirius. Now, this place that today we call Orion's sword would be that golden phallus, the seed place of the sun, of the new sun. There is an Orion Nebula, a very active womb, a birthplace of stars. This is a story of creation, and it's not only from this land. The Maya know this triangle of stars that triangulate the Orion Nebula as the hearthstones, and every traditional Maya home to this day has underneath the tortilla griddle a hearth of 3 stones to represent these stars, Orion's feet and the easternmost belt star, which surround the place they call the smoke of creation. Many prophetic traditions, biblically, we're told by Jesus just before crucified on the Son on the cross, you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. And interestingly, there was a time when the constellations were Christianized, and what we call Orion, which was known as Osiris, the father of the sun Horus, was known as Saint Joseph. Right, the father, through this miraculous birth of this one who called himself the Son, who now sits at the right hand of the Mighty One on the clouds of heaven, engaged today in this powerful alignment with Moon, with Maya, with Yamaya, with Mary, with Mar, with the seas. One more image I'll share with Ishel, the mother goddess. And we call to that energy and that protection for Ohana, for family, in this sacred portal, in this great transformation, in this time of great prophecy. I want to read one more prophecy to you. And these are the words of one who I like to call Sane Horse, but we know him as Crazy Horse. And the prophecy reads thus: upon suffering beyond suffering, the red nation shall rise again, and it shall be a blessing for a sick world, a world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations, a world longing for light again. I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and the whole earth will become one circle again. In that day, there will be those amongst the Lakota who will carry knowledge and understanding of unity among all living things, and the young white ones will come to those of my people and ask for this wisdom. I salute the light within your eyes, where the whole universe dwells, for when you are at that center within you, and I am at that place within me, we shall be one. This is the time of 7 generations. This is the time of prophecy from many lands, from many ages. This is a sacred portal, a once in 26,000 year alignment, a galactic alignment that spans a range of time, 1975, 2025. We are in it. We've been in it. The turn of the millennia, the 2012 happening. And there are significant acceleration points, these portals at the North Point, on the hand of the High Man, at the Galactic Cross, at the Clouds of Heavens, 1982, 2001, when the whole world changed, in 2020 now, when we get it back on track. For it is the new earthling that will give birth to the new earth. And we are ready in family, in the shelter of love, of soul family, to bring about the new age. So for us to be aligned in honor, in the legacy, in the training, to have our ears to the earth, to remember the voice of the land, to celebrate the marriage of heaven and earth, to become humans again, and to move forward into a beautiful new way, to birth the earth from the womb that is our circle. This is the prophecy. May it be so.
At this time, we are going to play some music for you. Normally, in the inner circle, we would use this time to set intentions at the new moon. This is a super, super, super new moon, very potent time to set intentions. I'd love to offer that as one thing that you can do during this space. Another invitation is to do the soul work that Gemini Brett has assigned to us for the first week of this lunar cycle. And that is to take this time to write a letter to your mother, not one that you will send or show her unless you want to, but a letter to your mother, a letter to Mother Ring, and a letter to Mother Earth. So using this time to set intentions and or write your letter, and just using the space and the music to move you and the entire experience that we just had, holding that spark, that essence in your heart as you do so.
You know, I just want to set up a different image while we do this. A million windows up here. I also wanted to show folks the eclipse path. This is where the eclipse is seen on Earth. It's like most powerful right now above Mount Kailash, a very sacred mountain. And there's a lot of tension right now in these places. So if we can also bring some peace and some metta and call upon the traditions. So coming back into that soul family and allowing all families and all souls to have safe space and buttons. Sorry. Okay. Let's show this picture. And then we're going to listen first here to a Song of the Moon, a great opus from the great Kamasi Washington. We'll see you on the other side. It's an 11-minute song, so take your time to write your intentions and your letters if you choose. Beautiful, right? Now, I should say that is Kamasi Washington's arrangement of Debussy's Clair de Lune, like Moonlight. It's written in 1905. So hopefully that mood music moved us all.
I felt like I was in the swirling womb of creation.
Only because you are, Amanda.
Okay, so what we would love now is to invite as many of you as would like to share some of your intentions or some of the things that you wanted to share with your mother or mothering or the mother, anything that you'd like to share in the chat that we can hold space for. Sometimes when we actually publicly declare some of these things, we can actually bring them into form even more fully. So if you feel called to, please go ahead and share in the chat, and I'll read a few things out loud. And then we're going to leave you with one or maybe two more songs.
Amanda, is it okay if I put on just like a little quiet background music while
Of course.
this is happening?
Yes.
So let me know if you can hear this. It's got to kind of come through my microphone. Or I have to share a picture if we want to hear it well. So I
could hear the little bit of music that you had on.
Okay.
Dear Mom, thank you, and I forgive you for all the things I didn't understand. From Michelle. Sonia, I am the woman with lion. Wow. That's amazing. Anna, thank you. I understand. I forgive you. I love you. Christina, for unconditional love for myself and every living being, seen and unseen. Kinfolk says, I intend to use creativity as a form of activism, expressing solidarity through arts and inspiration. Patty's giving gratitude for the gift of her life. Amy, I embrace all things you've given, both challenges and supports that have brought me to this moment. Carol is moving to Florida from California to be nearer to her almost 90-year-old mama. Alana, may my faith be unshakable and may I awaken to the truth of my being. Pat, to Mother Earth, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Alex, I would like to feel strongly connected to Mother Earth and the web of life at all times. Jan's mother has been gone for many years. She just wants to thank her for everything. Regina is intending to be healthy and pain-free, having a loving companion, and her future is free and bright. Cynthia says, Mother Earth, my deepest and highest appreciation, gratitude, compassion, joy, replacing grievances with miracles. Cece, to mothering, I became everything my mother wasn't to me and raised a wonderful 25-year-old son. Or Christina says, I started my letter off the same way, saying I forgive you for not being able to give me the love, touch, and validation I needed to thrive. Joan's heart is full of pure gratitude for her mother, for her mothering, and for Pachamama. Megan is surrendering her preconceived notions of what this life is, what America is, what this world is, and with new eyes stepping into what she wants this life, country, and earth to be.
Yes.
Megan's taking each day as the opportunity is to make different choices, take different actions in order to create her highest vision for the world and for humanity. I will create change with words and action alike, showing my daughters how much power one individual can have to change the world. So may it be. Donna, I love myself, body, mind, heart, and soul. Wendy, I am the universe. I connect earth to heavens. I honor the universe. I honor myself. I embrace unconditional love to myself and others. Continue writing in, everyone. It's so beautiful to see your thoughts, to feel your heart, and to be able to hold your intentions with you, for you, here in this space with Ohana. Brett, if you're ready to play the next song, I think we can do it with some visuals too.
I'll just say I'm gonna share one more picture from the moon above Oluwalu, where you are, Maui. Maybe we can hear this music a little more now. Can you hear the piano? This is a song that my dear friend Eric Deutsch and I, we team up to create songs of birth charts. This is my mother's birth chart. Wanted to play a few notes of it as a prayer to my mom, and may she be well in a time of distress and illness right now. Okay, so find my way through. I guess I'll read this out.
It's like kind of automatic kind of. You don't need to talk the stuff going happen. And you just gotta let them, and the stuff just waiting for when you ready. And what happened?
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself,
Okay, everyone. Now we're going to just officially close our circle. We're going to leave you with one more song. It's a beautiful song by Nako, Honor the Earth, and it's kind of like a dance party song. So you can go out with some dancing if you'd like. If not, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, sharing your intentions, for showing up for yourself and for all of us and for this earth. Holding all of your intentions, seeing the vision, knowing that each and every one of you is offering a very, very specific piece to this puzzle, to this symphony. Once again, thanking you for being a part of our community, and as always, for making astrology a part of your life. Let's end with one final song. If you feel like dancing, go for it.
Art and darker, I was alone. I knew the names of my loves. Four-legged and wings, mycelium branches and fins under the ocean. Totems of what we would call God, the creator, who just happens to be neighbors with the law of nature. She's a painter after all. When the mountains knew our names and the rivers sang our songs as they cashed into the ocean, well, the whales will sing along. We're the people of the salmon, we're the people of the rice, we're the people of the Carlo, and this is her life. I will be there when the work is done. What I leave for my grandchildren. Honor the earth, the mother comes first. Live in a good way for her. Honor the earth, the mother comes first. Live in a good way for her. Live in a good way for her. Live in a good way for her. Gate of the West, the sailors say the planet was warming by a couple degrees. From cedar and stone, our actual origins unknown. Looking for answers in triangular lights in the sky. No bees were buzzing, they were struggling to survive. The data showed the shifting poles back when the coral was alive. We're the people of the water, we're the people of the maze, we're the people from the stars and the keepers of the old ways. I will be there when the work is done. What I leave for my grandchildren. Honor the earth, the mother comes first. Live in a good way for her. Honor the earth, the mother comes first. Live in a good way for her. 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 Live in a good way for her.
Mwah. Aloha and love to all of you. Thank you for being here.